Am I still dead anyway, guys? Hell no, because I just procced Alexa's basket, guys. Y'all ready? Bat, get the clip button ready. All y'all asking is Surin good? Is Surin good? What's going on, guys, and welcome on in. Today, let's talk about all things Tempest Surin. Probably my most favorite, most hyped unit. Always trying to draft her whenever I'm playing E7. My God, she's just so much fun. So if you have one sitting around on the bench, hopefully I can convince you today to build her up ASAP and start running her. Because right now, windmill slamming this skill 3 Moonlight Shadow, especially when I get Alexa's basket, is probably just my favorite thing to do in all of E7 at the moment. So let's get to it. First off, let's cover her stats. She is a light thief 4-star, and I do have her with triple S self imprint. I'm currently running around 3600 attack, defense and health. Anything extra is just from substats that kind of roll that way. I aim for a 220 plus speed, currently at 224, 100 crit chance, and as close to 300 crit damage as possible. Effectiveness also kind of just, it rolled that way. Any extra is nice, but you don't want to be aiming for it, at least not in the build I'm going to show with you guys today. I actually took all of this gear that you see on T Surin from Arbiter Vildred. Now, it is partly because I think Tempest Surin is so fun and I just want to run her. Also, everyone's running RB and I do have ML haste, so I don't mind when enemies pick him. But I do think she has a lot of things that are better than RB, at least for my current drafting Rta Play Style. We're going to go over where she shines, but for me personally, the fact that her S2 is very unpredictable, especially when facing things like control comps. Compared to RB, she can cleanse debuffs and then also cut in line. The self-stealth can ruin people's days. And RB really just has his revive kind of going for him in terms of survivability. On top of that, units like ML Haste and Singelica, a lot of people have ways to do with RB right now, and not everyone has quite figured out T Surin. And even when they do figure her out, she does have tricks that sort of are unpredictable. Let's talk about her molas also real fast, and her skill kit, and why I think she's just so good right now. First off, her skill 3 turn cooldown after mola. Soul burn increases damage dealt. 85% chance when fully mola to inflict both unbuffable and silence. The silence is only 1 turn. And also keep in mind, guys, at the end, she does have this on her S1 as well. Damage dealt increased proportional to the amount of the caster's lost health. On the opener, obviously doesn't matter, but there are scenarios, guys, where this actually is relevant. Maybe your T Surin survives because she does have a lot of inherent survivability, and if you cycle back to your S3 and she's missing health, that's just an extra damage boost that sometimes can clutch out a fight for you. I actually beat a fighter Maya and Apocalypse Ravi in an almost unwinnable fight. Maybe Kujar can load the clip for us if I find it. None of those units that I can bring back, guys, do anything. Broman just dies. Taiwan, I don't think his S3 is ready. I think it's just Surin, maybe. Let's see. If we get a greater, we need Surin to get greater proc, and I need to combine it with like a soul burn.
Leave it to me.
Okay. Is that a start? All right, next up is the S2, and this thing is jam-packed with text, so you know it's good. This part right here is probably one of the most important parts of her survivability. Any single hit cannot exceed 51% of Surin's max health. Also, when the caster's health is 70% or less when an enemy's turn ends, she dispels all debuffs from the caster and grants stealth for 1 turn, before increasing combat readiness of the caster by 25%, 30% at max mola. My God, this is very good. There are ways to optimize it, like I said, synergies you can do, and also ways your opponent can play around it as well, so be careful of that. Remember, it's only once per turn. Always at the end of the caster's turn, or sorry, excuse me, at the end of an opponent's turn. Yeah, I'll tell y'all soon how to optimize this. Her skill 1 dies at the enemy with a chain axe with a 50% chance to inflict 2 bleeding effects for 2 turns. Nothing really to write home about. Also has the extra damage text here at the end. It's nice. The 2 bleeds when you stack attack. If you go for a glass cannon build like mine, it does do good damage, especially with Alexa's basket procs. But really, nothing too crazy. In terms of priority, skill 3, definitely guys, this is the money maker right here. Max this ASAP. After that, these skill 1 and skill 2, really preference. If you run a slower Surin, I would go for S2, and then if you just want the extra damage, S1 is gonna be your choice. She is a plus 15 candidate though. I will be maxing this out soon. I ran like 1, 2, plus 3 for a little bit, and really it didn't make too much of a difference, but since I run her a lot, any extra stats can, you know, any extra damage to help win a fight, I want to take advantage of. Okay, up next, let's talk about how I geared her. So the actual items and the sets. As you can see, I'm running a 4-piece speed, 2-piece crit chance. I will say though, guys, you will be wanting to run her. Your endgame goal is to run her on immunity. Now, I get asked this a lot, and you might be asking too right now, Carl, why does she need immunity when you just showed that she dispels all debuffs from herself? Well, if you notice, it only happens when the caster's health, when Surin's health is less than 70%. And guys, a lot of debuffs, especially when you pair her with some units I'm about to tell you guys about, means she'll get debuffed and either is just not even hurt at all because of barriers. Maybe she's sitting at 71% and has attack downs, hit downs, and she doesn't proc the effect. You really want that immunity. I will say though, the faster you are, the less important it is. And I know that having immunity and these kind of stats is very, very hard to do. But like I said, that would be your end goal. Keep that in mind. You will want immunity if you can have it. It's always better. It's actually very relevant. I would say 7 or 8 matches I'm okay out of 10, and then like those 2 I get really hurt by not having immunity. So, you know, not the worst deal, but I do, even with these stats, notice it, and I am trying to aim for some immunity. On top of that, another set a lot of people run is Lifesteal, or they ask about, does Lifesteal work with her? I haven't tried it personally. I've seen some people try it, but I really do think that speed is better. If you have some kind of insane lifesteal gear that you can run almost the same stats, I don't think you'll ever get enough speed. But if you can get close to 200 while maintaining all these other stats, I could see a lifesteal T-Surin doing crazy amounts of work. But guys, don't expect to get good results out of just running like the Abyss set, the Abyss lifesteal set, okay? I'm talking 90 reforged lifesteal could possibly work. I've seen some people try it. They said they're liking it, but I do prefer this speedy build instead, okay? All right, let's talk about Tempest Surin's best partners in crime, what you need to be drafting with her, and things to look out for as well. So, number one, Nevada on the list is, let's pull her up real fast, Fallen Cecilia. Guys, T-Surin and FCC together have such insane synergy. Tackle Oris on top of it as well, and it's absolutely bonkers. The synergy lies in Fallen CC's S2 barrier. It effectively allows Tempest Surin to take an extra hit on her S2, because remember, she can't take more than 51% damage. So if another barrier takes place of an extra hit, that increases Surin's lives from like 2 to 3 effectively. Think of it like that. I think with Aureus as well, you can take a 3rd hit, so you can run another knight, or yeah, another knight that has Aureus to increase your survivability. And if you run FCC plus Aureus, it's just very, very, very good. Besides FCC, if you can, of course, draft something like Ruel as extra safety. That's nice. Not everyone has a Reviver though, and this is really not nearly as important as Fallen Cecilia. If you don't have the FCC, I mentioned Aureus, or even better, actually I don't have one currently in my lineup. He's sitting in my waiting room, I believe, but let's pull it up. Troublemaker Crozet. Run Aureus, or just use this S2, receives 20% of damage suffered by the ally in the back row in their place. This effectively does the same thing as FCC's barrier. It'll allow Surin to take extra hits. Very, very nice synergy. So consider running this if you don't have FCC. A viable alternative. You could even have both for when FCC gets banned, for example, or picked if you really, really want to force Surins into your drafts. All right, units to watch out for. It's really just extremely tanky comps. Surin will have trouble breaking through. And then I would say multi-hit units such as Charles. If Charles slams a hit into you and then follows up with an S2 and you already took a little bit of damage, that can mean instant death. If you don't have immunity, things like Dizzy, fast stunners like ML Rin, Cerise can ruin your day. That's why I mentioned and really push you guys to grab immunity when you can. And then of course SSB with the amount of hits. Keep in mind guys, things like Rengar's Drink also. SSB is a threat just because of how many hits she can hit Surin with, and on top of the fact that Rengar's Drink and Uberi's Tooth actually bypass T Surin's S2 passive. So these additional proc attacks, guys, keep in mind those will bypass her passive. And alright guys, I think that about covers it for the Tempest Surin video. I hope you enjoy here as much as I do. Let me know if you build her in the comments below. Thank you always for watching. I appreciate the support guys so much. I read all your comments. Make sure you stop by the Twitch live stream. We'd love to have you. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all. Yeah, we didn't get any crowns. We needed a crown proc with it. But we got greater. This is probably a dead Stenny after the FCC. Oh, she's just dead first. Holy shit!